This segment brought to you by Kansas Soybean Commission. Progress powered by Kansas farmers.
Hey everyone, my name is Josh Roe and I'm actually the newest member of the Kansas corn staff. I serve as Vice President of Market Development and Public Policy. Throughout the week at Corn School has been providing an update on kind of where I see things at both the state and federal level and how that could obviously impact producers' bottom line. At the state, obviously many changes afoot with not only new governor getting sworn in on Monday the 14th of January, but also in the Kansas House of Representatives have roughly 30 new representatives out of 125, and a lot smaller turnover, 3 new senators out of 40 through that. So just many things to keep our eye on. You know, it's always important, especially to the new members, that we get out there and talk to them about the importance of agriculture, what it adds to our economy, and you know, roughly anything that could have adverse impacts on ag could definitely hurt the state's economy. So that's the overall piece. You know, in general, it's fortunate to say at this point, not expecting or know of any legislation off the bat that would be adverse to the agricultural industry. A couple pieces of legislation we've talked about. One to highlight is really something interesting that it's not ag related per se, but impacts a lot of rural families, is that the Kansas Farm Bureau is actually seeking to change the law to allow them to offer a health insurance plans through that would be a selective plans. We say that non-compliant, if you will, with the Affordable Care Act, because they could select who's eligible for the plans or not. But with that, the whole onus of that being that a lot of rural families and farm families especially that maybe have high enough income that they're not eligible to receive the benefits from an Affordable Care Act plan are they're faced with insurance premiums that are really high and very high, large deductibles. And so envisioning that a Farm Bureau style plan like this could save families upwards of 50% on their health insurance costs. Very significant plan. So that's something, for instance, that we'll be working on encouraging that's outside of the ag sector. More on the federal side, I think unfortunately the current government shutdown that we're in might be a good indication of what we expect to happen in DC this year, and maybe even in the next couple of years through there. So lots of different impasse and gridlock. So we're real fortunate we got the 2018 Farm Bill passed before this government shutdown happened, and through that, and kind of stay tuned. We're happy Kansas Corn is to partner with K-State Ag Econ, K-State Research and Extension to help host different Farm Bill informational meetings across the state, that as they're able to kind of digest what's in the plan and get things on the calendar. So stay tuned for that. Other issues always on the front of our mind is anything that related to ethanol, obviously an important use of the corn we grow there. So looking forward to it to help push the what's the EPA's E15 rule that would allow year-round E15 sales through there. And we have some work to do to change some state regulations in Kansas to make sure those E15 sales are allowed in the Kansas City area as well through there. And then of course trade. We'll always keep our eye on trade as we go through there. I know China is the one that's constantly in the news, and it impacts our markets in that, but just really can't underscore the importance of our immediate neighbors, Canada and Mexico, that, you know, Mexico alone, I think last year took 24% of all of Kansas's corn exports, just one country alone through there. And you look at Canada and Mexico combined, they take 40% of all of Kansas's agricultural exports. So in a furthering along the USMCA, the US-Mexico-Canada agreement, also very important. And also lots of other federal issues to keep our eye on with respect to the new waters of the US rule as well as just any other general things that come through. Some great different ways to keep up to date, especially if you're a member of the Corn Growers Association. We do send out weekly emails, and sometimes even more often than that, depending on that kind of updating policy as well as that. But we also, for non-members or producers across the state, our website, kscorn.com, is always a great resource through there, and our communication staff does a great job of getting the word out to other traditional news media outlets as well.
Closed captioning brought to you by Ag Promo Source. Together we grow. Learn more at agpromosource.com.